Well, we got a couple ladies from the Old Pros today talking about their activities and their meeting coming up, all kinds of things. I'd like to welcome Chris Mack and Karen Elliott Taylor. Hello. You've been very busy, and we're going to talk about all the different things that you folks are doing.
We're getting into becoming a big production company here.
Yes, you are. Yeah, very, very well done as far as the things you've been doing. Well, let's first talk about what's coming up next week, a week from today.
Next week.
On March 12th, it's going to be the Actor's Nightmare. And this is your monthly meeting that you always have a little performance or a reading or whatever it might be involved.
Exactly,
right?
And that's what we have planned for this year, is to have every meeting be a source of entertainment, either a staged reading or a little one-act play or impromptu. Come on up and read cold. But next month, or not next month, next meeting, which is next Thursday night, starting at 5:30, come by 5. And we are having a very, very funny little one-act play done by Christopher Durang, who has the weirdest mind you'd ever want to put in a playwright. He is funny, but you have to get into him. I don't know if last season, Laguna Playhouse did one of his most recent plays, which is Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike.
Okay.
It's about siblings who don't like each other, and one brings in this big hunk. But The Actor's Nightmare, coming next Thursday, is about a man who wanders into a community theater. He's an accountant, and he gets seen by the stage manager of the production and is mistaken for the understudy to the star. And she just sends him on stage, and he's going, what? Where am I? My name isn't George.
Yeah.
And I'm an accountant. But here he finds himself on stage doing 4 different plays, and he has no idea. One, he has a vague idea. One of the plays is Hamlet. He does know a little bit about Hamlet, but only a few lines.
Okay.
And by the end of the play, he is playing a man for all seasons.
Wow.
And I won't tell you what the ending is.
Now, when you do something like this at your meeting, how long? Is it like a half hour?
About half hour to 45 minutes.
Okay.
Last month, we did the interview with Maya Angelou. That was about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Next month, we will be repeating a wonderful reading called Comfort Women, which is very difficult to listen to, but very poignant.
Right.
But The Actor's Nightmare, come and have an evening of just hilarity. And I want to emphasize that our meetings are open to all residents of the village. And because of Clubhouse 3 being closed probably for a year starting in May, we're planning to do productions at every meeting. Okay. So the way if you want to see a good play, you're going to have to come to an Old Pros meeting.
All right. Now, let's talk about Tales from the Woods. That, of course, I know, Karen, you're one of the stars of the show. Are you in it?
She's one of the stars of Actor's Nightmare, too.
Oh, she is?
Yes, she is.
So, and of course, we show this weekly, and actually, I think twice a week. You do a monthly new episode, right?
New episode every month. In fact, 2 very close together recently. So, we're actually on episode 4 of season 2. So we just shot the end of episode 4 yesterday. So it's an ongoing thing. It's Tales from the Woods. These are actual stories of things that go on in Laguna Woods, which is hysterical in itself because it's all senior citizens doing their thing. And it's just an ongoing saga. And it's 5 women now. It started with 4. 5 women. They all live in my house, supposedly.
We don't have houses that big.
Let me ask you, did either of you do acting before you did the Old Pros?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been a love of mine for years, but I had to take time out to have children and have a job and make actual money for a while. But But Tales is coming along, and we keep bringing in new characters that come through our lives and what have you, and new romances and things of that nature, which make it interesting.
Yeah,
and
a lot of fun, very
Yes.
well done. And the other thing I think is remarkable is the Old Pros Radio Hour, which is a podcast.
Right.
And I think you're into episode 20. I don't know if
I think we're just
I don't know if
going to
that's been
release
broadcast
Friday.
yet, but
No.
Oh,
it
yes,
was
it's
released, okay.
ongoing.
Yeah.
Well, but it will release 20 on Friday and
Right.
release a new one every Friday.
Yeah.
And we have like 14 or 15 in the can now.
Yeah,
so we
that's a
can
lot. It's-
relax a little bit.
You know, it's a lot of work, and it's very well done. And again, you know, it's something that that all of you get together and do different parts and different roles and readings, and it's filled with all kinds of different entertainment. And you know what? It can be listened to around the world.
Anywhere,
Yeah.
anytime,
Anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
on your phone, on your car radio, and we have a new Facebook page.
Right.
So we would love it if you would log on and tell us you like us.
Okay.
And by the way, I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay, that's all right. Now, you got a lot of people involved with the podcast.
Oh, that's what it was. The video club has
Right.
been helping us out. So we work in their studios. They're just great to give us this time and the expertise and great marriage.
Yeah, a lot goes into it. Despite the fact that it's not visual, it's still a lot of prep, and you get a lot of different people on reading different short stories and just really a lot of things. And,
Yes.
I think it's very
A lot
well
of
done.
editing and things too
Yeah,
that
of
go
course.
into a podcast. It's
Yeah.
interesting, yes.
Yeah.
I've done several of them, and Chris has too. So
So
And-
anybody who wants to get that, you can go to the usual places that you download your podcast from. And,
Right.
and-
Spotify,
yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
I happen to use Castbox,
Yeah.
which is a pretty easy one to use, and I'm getting it on my phone, and then I download it from my phone to
Yeah.
my car. And
Yeah, there
right.
you go.
Yeah, I'd like to mention too that Tales from the Woods is also available on YouTube.
Right.
And that's because not everybody has Channel 6, obviously.
Right. And
And,
so people
we all
can,
have
again,
family,
can watch
yeah.
that around the world. I mean,
Around-
it's quite
anywhere.
interesting.
And,
And what
yeah,
you'd
it's
have
all-
to do years ago to do something like either one of these would be next to impossible.
Exactly.
You'd have to sign up with a network, and
Yeah.
you'd have to sign up with a major radio
Right,
station
exactly.
or whatever it
but
is.
now all you have to do is go to Facebook and
Yeah.
And
like.
you'd have to be
like-
paid. Think about that.
Exactly.
You have to be paid, yes.
But you go to Facebook, sign up for that you like the podcast, go to YouTube, our channel on YouTube, and get Tales from the Woods. And, well, what are we going to do next?
Well, if you want to find out what they're going to do next, you go to ocoldpros.org and find out more information there. And then from there, you can link on to everything and download the podcasts and YouTube and get onto their Facebook page. Great work, ladies.
Thank
All
you.
of you.
Thank
know,
you,
just
thank you.
did
It's
some
lots of
good
fun.
stuff. Yeah.
Chris and I were just talking before we came out here that since moving to Laguna Woods, we're having more fun in our life right
Best
now than we
fun.
ever had.
Yeah.
It was only, yeah, acting beforehand was only a chore and a scare.
Yeah.
Now it's just fun.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you,
And
Ken.
we'll be right back.
Great.
Yeah,
Great. Love this.